This reading is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And right now, Aries is conjunct Uranus. That means that like Uranus is in Aries too, so conjunct the Sun, the Moon, or the Ascendant. And so therefore we're kind of being like put through the races, being put through the fire of like building our independence and building, you know, long-term goals. The way that this solar eclipse like really affects us right now is in our 5th house, which is under the horizon, therefore it's more internal. You know, our love, our creativity, and, you know, risk-taking, self-employment. So on the outside, everything's kind of like looking really well, you know, as far as like love and creativity and so on and so forth. But this solar, you know, with the eclipse being that the sun is going to be blocked out, there's definitely some like underneath like turbulence as far as, you know, the things that the 5th house rules. You know, maybe not so happy in love, maybe not so happy with our creativity and creative endeavors, and is going through a transformation, our creative endeavors. This new moon is in Aquarius, which is ruled by Uranus, and so it's in the 11th house, which is seen publicly. So long-term goals, friendships are being, you know, affected, you know, new friendships, new hopes, new dreams, and also higher education. So this reading is about what the ego is being hidden, and the ego, you know, is correlating to the sun being in Leo, and so what's kind of like rising up out of that, and then also this new moon, you know, what is being revealed, as far as like friendships and higher education, you know, the 11th house. And then what we can really do when this solar eclipse happens to help rewrite who we are, who we want to be. If you see like my video about, you know, how to handle this solar eclipse, you'll know like how to really go. So that 3rd card will be like about going forward for this next week after the eclipse. All right. The sun in luxury. So 5th house is definitely about indulgences, and so we're really being, you know, kind of what's coming out to the surface is where we're being like brash, and where we're kind of like taking things for granted, and also what we are really grateful for. And as far as like our creativity, we're expanding more into that. For the moon, priestess, so we're really in tune with like our long-term goals, and they're very spiritual and very like not in such a solid earthly form yet. I mean, Uranus will be influencing Aries until March of 2008. So those long-term goals and like higher education, that's really like going for the gold, and really making those new turns. So maybe your friendships are like coming to an end, or they're like transitioning. They're just like transitioning to like a higher purpose, a higher power, higher influence. And you're going for it. Everything may look skewed right now. Everything may look, you know, unsure and not really know where you're headed, and that's very unusual for Aries. Aries really knows like what to do and like where to go, and very sure-footed. Though it's in the hands of the priestess, and we're being guided by the priestess. So it's very good, even though right now it may not look so good. As far as like what to do when the solar eclipse comes. So it's completion. And if you see, Aries is at the very bottom, so we're kind of coming at the end of that cycle. Venus is like ruled at the beginning. So Venus right now is in Cancer. So very loving and like nurturing with our finances. You know, don't spend so frivolously. Make long-term money goals and ideas. Do that after, you know, the eclipse. And as far as like who you want to be as a complete person. So when the solar eclipse comes, you know, imagine yourself as completing all these goals that you have, and having the love and the creativity and the self-employment, if you choose to have self-employment, but really just like the how you want to make money and how you want to be in the world and how you want to like do service onto others, and the type of relationships that you want to have, the type of unity that you want to have, and the philosophies and the mindset that you really want to have, the intellectualism that you want to have. Come to peace with it, come to completion with it. Really write it down, and very, very much so write it down, because Aries is very prone to forgetting, because we're always on to new things and new ideas and new adventures. So just anchor it into written word, and it's what you're going to write and what you're going to be completing. It will take like 6 months to be completing, and it could even take more. It could even take going on into when Venus goes into Aries next year. It's going to be a journey. It's a journey to completion, as the priestess is looking upon the completion. And it's all in our hands. I mean, these are all beautiful cards. Luxury, the priestess, and completion. So, fellow Aries, get ready for this transformation. Everything may look like not so awesome right now. Yeah, it's all in a higher power. It's all in a deeply interwoven, intricate, higher power and knowledge that goes beyond just what we know. And this like 3D mind that we can get so caught up with, and it's easy to do that with the sign of ego, the star Leo, being, you know, of the sun, in the sun right now, being eclipsed, and all of this, like, we're gonna be complete. And you know, that wheel of completion, like, it's of course never ending. It's that like infinity, yet we're being guided and held for that. And so have patience. Cultivate that patience, build upon it. You know, we're ruled by Mars, the war god. And what good is a war god that does not strategize? So strategy on like how to like come to completion, but it's all going to come to you at the right time. Don't stress about it. But write down the things that you want to be complete in and how that completion looks to you. How it looks, you know, for yourself and in your internal world. That's all I have to say for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm really hopeful that this helped in a big way. And please comment. I am grateful for any comments on how this affected you, and really grateful for any likes and shares to help me get seen by more Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And as always, peace and blessings.